How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is TheStarkz, and welcome to a brand new PlayStation 5 video. Today, I'm going to be discussing some very, in my opinion, interesting news, not only for the PlayStation 5 and next gen, but also some titles, some games that we could possibly be seeing for the launch of the PlayStation 5. And I know of three in particular specific PlayStation exclusive games that could definitely see some form of launch for the PlayStation 5. That being, of course, Ghost of Tsushima, which hasn't received any news as of late, God of War 2, or some form of God of War game, as well as Horizon Zero Dawn 2. Also with God of War, it could either be that or the next game, which Santa Monica Studio has in some way been teasing a little bit with the little transmission tweet that Cory Barlog did and his new revamped Twitter. But anyways, we're going to be talking a little bit of what Jim Ryan has to say regarding the PlayStation 5, and this is an article from T3.com, and the headline says, PlayStation 5 news, CEO Jim Ryan is personally overseeing secret make-or-break launch titles, and we're going to dive right into it right now. So, the people behind the PlayStation 5 and its next generation games are beginning to share some details after news that PlayStation 5, or at least PS5 dev kits, have been sent out to game developers. Japanese video game creator, I'm going to butcher their name here, but Kisuke Kakuchu, pardon me, these pronunciations and these names are just wild. But anyways, he spoke about the capabilities of the PlayStation 5 console. Now, PlayStation CEO Jim Ryan has spoken out about his plans for the PS5. And while he couldn't share too many specifics, the details he did drop sound very exciting to say the least. Speaking to GamesIndustry.biz, Ryan said that the transition from the current gen PlayStation 4 to PlayStation 5 will happen at an unprecedented speed, making for more next gen consoles in homes than ever before. One of our tasks, probably our main task, is to take that community and transition it from PlayStation 4 to PlayStation 5, and at a scale and pace that we've never delivered on before, said Ryan. He's also probably focused on the games that will make or break PlayStation 5. With games like Horizon Zero Dawn 2 and God of War 2 on the horizon, Ryan's comments demonstrate that he is personally keeping an eye on the console's launch titles. This makes sense, as those early games are what are obviously the key to, obviously Sony's strategy. So the PlayStation 4 has obviously hit the 100 million sales milestone, and it is thoroughly entrenched in gamers' minds. If Sony is aiming for a quick transition from PS4 to PS5, making launch titles look attractive is going to be vital in order to encourage gamers to jump ship. The PlayStation 5's new Zen 2 processor is said to make games feel realistic as if you were there, according to this game developer. Super fast loading times are also said to remove break-ins, or breaks in game, also creating huge virtual worlds that load seamlessly. And of course, we're going to know more probably towards February of 2020. But it is confirmed that the PlayStation 5 will hit our the stores in probably a year from now, which is beyond exciting for me. Now, I want to focus particular on some of these games here, because while it's cool that Jim Ryan's excited and that he thinks that people should jump ship to, of course, the PlayStation 5 console next gen. I don't think that's going to be the case. I don't think the projections will be as clear as they were for PlayStation 4. Obviously, it being the second most sold console in the world. Next to PlayStation 2, of course, which is just great. And the reason is because if that price point, people talk about the games, and it's true. You have to have good games. Listen, if they had God of War 2, Horizon Zero Dawn 2, Ghost of Tsushima, and let's say The Last of Us Part 3, or I guess let's say The Last of Us Part 2, since technically The Last of Us Part 2 isn't going to come out. So yeah, Last of Us Part 2, God of War 2, Horizon Zero Dawn 2, and Ghost of Tsushima 1 come out on the PlayStation 5, and let's say the PlayStation 5 had a $500 to $600 USD price tag, That's not Canadian, that's USD. $600 USD in Canadian, you're looking at $800 to $900. I can guarantee you that the PlayStation 5 will undersell. It will not get the same projections as the PlayStation 4. People could talk about the games all they want, but it's not just the games. Everyone knows this. So while it's cool that Jim Ryan is excited and he's gonna, he's personally overseeing these different, make or break launch titles, I'm excited for that. But that is not what that's not the only thing we need. That could be a focus, but that's not the only thing we need. Listen, we need a good price tag. We have the features, we have the games, we need a good price tag. And that will be the make or break. Not the title, the game title. Listen, there's all sorts of great features, and it's great to have a title. I personally would love to see God of War. And I do think God of War 2 is in the works somehow, although I do also think that it's a little strange because obviously Cory Barlog has kind of promoted this other game which Santa Monica Studio had worked on previously before doing God of War, but had to, I guess, stop the production of that game. I'm not too sure, of course, of the name of that particular game, but it's interesting that he has in a way kind of teased it. So we'll see what happens. But God of War 2 and Horizon Zero Dawn 2 and even Ghost of Tsushima, I think, are all great games that could fit. Which one do I think is more likely? Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima 110%, because we haven't received nothing regarding that game. It's been over a year and 3 months, probably over a year and 6 months, and we have yet as fans to experience, to get an announcement for Ghost of Tsushima regarding its release date. When is it coming to our hands? So I think a perfect PlayStation 5 launch title would be Ghost of Tsushima. But that can't be it. There has to be another game. And I think God of War 2 could fit that void. I really do. Do I think it'll happen? No, because God of War came out last year. I think what's more likely is Horizon Zero Dawn 2, because they've had an extra year, literally, to work on a new game. Unlike Santa Monica Studio, whose God of War did exceptionally well, and it was a great game. But I think it's going to give that company a lot more time to develop their games, obviously because they're probably a smaller studio. I know they're a big studio, but point of the matter of fact is it takes a long time to make games. Look at The Last of Us Part 2, man. Like, they've been working on that game since 2016. So let's be real. And that's not coming until later next year. I mean, we gotta face the facts. Okay, so it's cool how Jim Ryan is very confident, but it's not the make or break for games, it's the make or break for price tag. I can guarantee you, because I know for a fact if that price tag is way too high, I'm not getting it, and I know a lot of other people are not going to get it. So they need to work out a very decent price tag for us consumers. But yeah, I'm curious to know your thoughts and opinions regarding this little information here for PlayStation 5, as well as some of the games that might be for launch, and Jim Ryan's focus for PlayStation 5 and next gen. So let me know your thoughts, opinions, and comments in the comment section below regarding the PlayStation 5, as well as the games that are involved with PlayStation 5. Do you think we're going to be seeing a God of War 2? Do you think we're going to be seeing Horizon Zero Dawn 2 on the PlayStation 5 as a PlayStation 5 launch title? Or do you think Ghost of Tsushima will be the only one to take that Iron Throne for the PlayStation 5? I think Ghost of Tsushima definitely, but we'll see what happens. Of course, that's it for today's video. I appreciate your view, and of course, if you're new to my channel, I would also really be thankful if you subscribed as well as like the video. And with that being said, I have been TheStarkz. Peace.